How to improve reading skills in Ielts. The reading test is a significant part of Ielts, and it is an area where the students can score good marks through diligent practice and dedication. The questions and tasks can include matching information, matching headings, matching features, identifying information, multiple choice, identifying writer's views, table completion, summary completion, note completion, and short questions and answers. Here are the tips for improving reading skills for Ielts. Number 1. Develop skills for all types of questions in reading. Some of the question types come with answers while the others do not. It will help you save time along with finding the right answers. Number 2. Developing speed reading skills. The Ielts tests have a strict time limit, which challenges the ability of the candidates to complete the questions within the time frame. Number 3. Understanding the full passage is not important. You certainly do not have to understand the entire passage. You are supposed to locate only the answers. Basically, there are two types of questions that would require you to understand the entire passage. The rest of the questions would demand locating information. Number 4. Enhance grammar skills. There are specific questions such as reading a passage that is designed to gauge the level of knowledge about English grammar of the students. With a firm grasp of grammar, you can easily tackle questions that require sentence completion and summarizing. Number 5. Identifying key words. The Ielts questions may have keywords that can stand out such as numbers, dates, places, names, and many more. Locating these keywords in the passage can easily draw out the answer to the question, and the information given in the passage can be paraphrased for the answer. Number 6. Scanning and skimming. Skimming helps the student generate a fair idea about the passage. The students can make it a habit to skim through newspapers and magazines regularly to improve their comprehension and the ability to locate key information in a piece of writing. Number 7. Optimizing your vocabulary. Without a good vocabulary, you may struggle to understand the questions and face difficulties while attempting to paraphrase the information presented. Number 8. Tackling tricky and complex passages. There are also plenty of resources where the students can get practice test papers which can aid them in preparing for such passages. Number 9. Do a strength versus weakness analysis. Number 10. Practice as much as you can. How can I improve my reading skills for Ielts? There are many ways by which you can amp up your Ielts reading skills. Reading tips for Ielts involve going through a variety of texts on a daily basis. Start by reading long passages, then move to textbooks, educational materials, books, and publications. Doing this will be helpful in developing your vocabulary, eventually helping you get an idea about what kind of reading materials you can get in your Ielts exam. How do I concentrate on the Ielts reading section? Number 1. Remember that you don't have to understand the entire passage but identify the important information. Number 2. Start by reading the questions first and identify the keywords asked in the question. Number 3. Look for the answers to the questions in the passage by searching for the keywords. Number 4. Avoid reading the whole passage and try not to understand everything. You can employ skimming and scanning methods while going through the long passages. How can I ace my Ielts reading test? Number 1. Quickly skim through the passage instead of reading every paragraph. Number 2. Read the questions carefully and underline the keywords. Number 3. Use the keywords to look for the correct answer. Number 4. Make sure that you save at least 20 minutes to check your answers in the end. Is reading tough in Ielts? No, Ielts reading is not that difficult. It depends on the student's ability to solve the reading test in the allotted time. If the student knows how to use the tips and tricks to answer 40 questions in an hour, he can easily crack the test. What are the good ways to get more bands in the Ielts reading section? Number 1. Divide the time wisely between passages. It is advised not to spend more than 20 minutes on each section. Number 2. Practice speed reading and underline the information you find important. Number 3. Get a glance at the sample questions so that you get familiar with IELTS reading question types.